This is Dave Palumbo with RxMuscle.com. I'm here at the 2010 NPC Junior Nationals. I'm here with the Chicago contingency here. We got Anthony Tenuta here in the super heavyweight class. What did you weigh in at?
256.
You're looking pretty big. You know, a lot of guys out there might not know who you are. Give us a little background of what shows you've done prior to competing, qualifying for this show.
Well, I just did Pittsburgh. Was that 5-6 weeks ago? I got
the super heavies.
Won the super heavies. Before that, the last time I competed was 2008 Junior Nationals here.
What'd you weigh back then?
241.
Made some quite good gains, amount of gains the last 2 years.
15 pounds. That's pretty good.
Now, what would you say do you attribute it mostly to? Just better training, better eating?
Me and Mike's been training really hard together. I probably wasn't eating as much as I used to, you know, and so he really made me eat more and train.
And man, you're talking about, of course, is Gail Liberatore, who I see snuck over here. Squeeze by here for a second. You've been training with him for how long now?
Let me see, about a year and a half. I mean, I've known Anthony probably for 12 years, something like that. And we never really trained together. When I moved, back up here a year and a half ago, or I think it's about 2 years ago maybe. We hooked up and started training. He's one of the bigger guys around. He's strong. He keeps me, focused and pushes me because in a lot of the movements, especially back, he's stronger than I am. Chest, he presses, pretty heavy too, and his intensity is high. So it was really easy for us to hook up. But I just told him, you got to diet longer, but just don't do as much cardio. He would crash diet, because he does have a fast metabolism. I told him he could eat more food and just start his cardio like 12 weeks out, but just walk. I don't think he really got much over 45 minutes to an hour a day. So,
Anthony, is it true that your cousin is the comedian Judy Tenuta?
Yeah, she is.
You're not making that up, are you?
No, I'm not.
I said it as a joke before, but I was right.
She is.
Really?
Yeah, she's my second cousin. She's my dad's first cousin.
We have a lot of similarities. We have another Chicago over here, Gail Auerbach. I'm not done with you, Mike. Now, Gail, you have some famous relatives too. Your uncle was Red Auerbach. Is that true?
Yes.
It's pretty amazing.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that, and I've been working with you for a couple of years.
I know.
You have a pretty impressive record. You won the Junior USA last year. I think prior to that, you won your qualifier, right? So you've never lost, basically.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a first. We'll see.
Well, I don't think that's a good attitude going into the show. How do you weighed in at what, 122?
122.
And are you confident in the way you look? I know you don't want to strip down for us right now, but...
Absolutely. No, I think I came in more shredded this year, so I'm very pleased.
I agree. I have another Chicagoite, or transplanted Chicagoite over here, Trina Liberatore, the wife of Mike Liberatore. This is the best I've ever seen you. What made you decide to get back on stage?
I just really wanted to compete again. I was sick in 2009 and didn't get to compete, so I was really excited, and I had a good diet this year and some good training, and so I'm excited.
So you think the year off did you good?
Yes, I think I put some major gains on.
I think you look fantastic. This is the best I've ever seen you. Are you psyched going into the show? Do you feel comfortable stepping up on stage with, what do you probably have, like 25 women in your class?
Yeah, there's probably about 30, but I'm just coming off 2 overall wins for the past 2 weekends, so I'm excited.
Where were those at?
Anderson and Indianapolis.
What were the name of the shows?
2010 GNC. They were both GNC shows.
You won both of them. Overalls?
Overalls in both.
Congratulations.
Weekends. Thank you.
Now, Mike, what do you think of Trina's conditioning this time around? What do you think helped her to achieve this level of conditioning?
She focused on her.
Rather than you?
Yes, which is probably a good thing just because I told her she can do it. A long time ago, I said, but you have to be 100%. You have to diet 100%. And she did that. I mean, a lot of this, diet was done, without me. So she's done a great job. I mean, it was a little, difficult, but she's done really good, and I'm proud of her. I was proud of her before, but I think she's really put the time and the effort in it. And what's funny is I only have 1 overall, and that was Pittsburgh. I lost the overall here. I lost the overall possibly at the USA's and the Nationals. So she actually has me beat when it comes to overalls now. So I mean, what could I say?
One up on you. Now you have ties to everyone here. You actually train Gail in the gym. How do you feel about Gail's progress over the last couple months?
Good. I think you've, put her through, the most.
She put us through the regular.
I think so. She did, but she got through it. I mean, she's very analytical, so she thinks a lot, and she needs to have a direct answer, and it's got to be a scientific answer. Otherwise, she doesn't understand what you're talking about if you say plain English. So when she asks you that, she gets it. She's done good. She's worked hard. I mean, and she's here. 2 weeks ago or whatever, she wasn't going to compete. This was up, this was down, and I said, if you don't compete, I'm not training you ever again.
The results speak for themselves, right? And she's in great shape.
She's done a great job. So yeah.
So we got Anthony, we got Trina, and we got Gail here. What are your predictions for all of them?
I don't like to make predictions, but I think they're all going to do very. Gail is going to be top 1 or 2 in her class. I think Trina will be, top 5 in her class. And Anthony, as long as he poses and does what he needs to do, he should be able to crack the top 5 in his too. So, I mean, the rest is up to the judges. But that's how I feel about it.
Michael Liberatore's predictions on the line here. I'm here with the Chicago contingency in the hotel room one day before the festivities start. Dave Palumbo, rxmuscle.com.